we have decided to inflict her with only one sentence, that is sentence of death.
This was the moment crowds cheered and clapped as the verdict was read aloud and broadcast live on state television. A judgment that had the country on edge. Bangladesh's former Prime Minister, Sheikh Hasina, sentenced to death for crimes against humanity. She is charged with murder, torture, disappearance and using lethal weapons for maximum harm against student protesters last year.
Until this verdict is carried out, we cannot believe that the execution will actually take place. Only when we see her in the execution dock, when the noose is hanging around her neck, will we understand that the verdict has been implemented.
Sheikh Hasina wasn't there for the trial as she fled to India when her government was overthrown in last year's July uprising. A UN rights report found that she personally directed and coordinated the crackdown, in which over 1,400 people were killed in the violence.
2024, and thereby Sheikh Hasina, Asaduzzaman Khan Kamal and Chaudhry Abdullah Al Mamun committed crimes against humanity as a joint criminal enterprise punishable under Section 3, Subsection 2, Clause A, G, H. Section 4, Clause B, C. Section 4, Subsection 3, read with Section 20A of the International Crimes Tribunal Act. Charge number 3. Killing 6 protesters at Chankharpur with lethal weapons. The protesters convened a program titled March to Dhaka to be held on 5th August and made a call to the people of all walks throughout the country to march to Dhaka on the scheduled day. People of all spheres began to assemble in Dhaka from every part of the country on August 5th. By incitement, order and inaction of Sheikh Hasina, by abatement and inaction of Home Minister Asaduzzaman Khan Kamal and Inspector General of Police Chaudhry Abdullah Al Mamun, the successive underlings got incited and inspired to kill the protesting students and common people, and thereupon under order, supervision and inaction of accused Asaduzzaman Khan Kamal, Chaudhry Abdullah Al Mamun and the then Dhaka Metropolitan Commissioner DMP Habibur Rahman, Joint Commissioner Shudip Kumar Chakraborty, Additional Deputy Commissioner Shah Al Alam Muhammad Akhtarul Islam, Assistant Commissioner Muhammad Imrul and Inspector Muhammad Arshad Hussain, who have been separately prosecuted, successively ordered to commit atrocities to the protesters assembled at Chankharpur of Dhaka and supervised the same, and during such atrocities 6 unarmed protesters, namely Shahriyan Khan Anas, Sheikh Mahdi Hassan Junaid alias Mustaqin, Muhammad Yaqub, Muhammad Rakib Hauladar, Muhammad Ismamul Haq and Manik Mia alias Shahrik were shot dead by Constable Shujan Hussain, Constable Imaj Hussain and Constable Nasirul Islam, who have been separately prosecuted at Chankharpur as part of widespread and systematic attack. The aforesaid killings took place pursuant to the order of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, within her full knowledge and under order, supervision and within the knowledge of Home Minister Asaduzzaman Khan Kamal and Inspector General of Police Chaudhry Abdullah Al Mamun, and by such killings they committed crimes against humanity as joint criminal enterprise by order, abatement and inaction to prevent and punish the perpetrators under Section 3, Subsection 2, read with Tribunal Act 1973.
So these are now the turn of learned member 1. It transpires from the prosecution witnesses deposed in corroboration of the facts of incitement and order of accused Sheikh Hasina to deploy drones and helicopters and also to use lethal weapons to kill the protesters. The daily newspapers of Bangladesh also published reports of such incitement and order of Sheikh Hasina. Moreover, the prosecution executed the pen drive CD containing telephonic conversation of Sheikh Hasina with Dhaka University Vice Chancellor A.K.M. Maqsood Kamal, Dhaka South City Corporation Mayor Fazlenut Taposh, and Hasanul Haq Inu. The concerned device containing the said conversations have been played in the tribunal, and thereupon we find that in the conversation with the Dhaka University Vice Chancellor A.S.M. Maqsood Kamal, accused Sheikh Hasina mentioned that she already ordered to hang the students as Razakars have been hanged. Now I am mentioning the substantial portion from his conversation with, from her conversation with A.S.M. Maqsood Kamal, the accused Vice Chancellor of Dhaka University. Sheikh Hasina,
we have decided to inflict her with only one sentence, that is sentence of death.
A verdict of death for Bangladesh's ousted Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina on Monday, concluding a months-long trial that found her guilty of ordering a deadly crackdown on a student-led uprising last year. Hasina was not present in court and has been living in exile in New Delhi. It's the most dramatic legal action against a former Bangladeshi leader since independence in 1971. Prosecutors had said that they had uncovered evidence of her direct command to use lethal force to suppress the student-led uprising. A United Nations report said up to 1,400 people may have been killed during the protests between July and August last year, with thousands more injured. 78-year-old Hasina was given a life sentence under charges for crimes against humanity and the death sentence for the killings. In response, Hasina said the ruling has come from a, quote, rigged tribunal presided over by an unelected government. Her defence argued that the charges were baseless and politically motivated. Bangladesh's Domestic War Crimes Court sentenced her amid tight security ahead of parliamentary elections expected in February, in which Hasina's Awami League party has been barred from contesting. Before the verdict, protesters swarmed the estate of her father's home in a standoff with police. Bangladesh has been tense ahead of the ruling. Over the past few days, there have been 30 crude bomb explosions and dozens of vehicles have been torched. Bangladesh has been governed by an interim administration, headed by a Nobel Peace Laureate since Hasina fled. Hasina's son and advisor, Sajib Wazed, told Reuters on the eve of the verdict that they would not appeal the verdict unless a democratically elected government took office with the Awami League's participation.